Welcome to the Encore Audio Archives YouTube channel. I'm Taper Dave, and this is my channel. I've uploaded hundreds of talks here that I've recorded at meetings in West LA, and I've also recorded conventions starting in 2013. I've got a bunch of those up. And Walt and Mary Murray, the original owners of Encore Audio Archives, started the company in the 80s, and Walt recorded Joe and Charlie's and a bunch of stuff down in Vista, California. My sobriety date is June 20th of 1994. I hope you find something you like, so please like and subscribe to my channel and comment down below. If you want to hear something that I don't have or that you don't see, I'll see that I get it. Anyways, take care and have a great day if you want to.
Okay, hi, my name is Laura and I'm an alcoholic. Welcome to the regular Friday night Rodeo meeting at Hillgard of Alcoholics Anonymous. My name is Laura and I'm an alcoholic. This meeting is based on the primary principles of Alcoholics Anonymous: recovery, service, and unity. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength, and hope that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is the desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization, or institution, does not wish to engage in controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. Please make sure that your cell phones and beepers are off. If there is an empty seat next to you, please raise your hand so others may find a seat. Wait, I've got one seat. One. Seats can only be saved for you and one other person, and only until the meeting has begun. Are there any other alcoholics present? Welcome, you're in the right place. Are there any visitors from out of town? Will you please stand, and as I point to you, tell us your name and where you are from. Not to embarrass you, but so that we may get to know you better, are there any newcomers in their first 30 days of sobriety? Will you please stand, and as I point to you, please state your name and disease.
Diana, alcoholic.
Hi, Diana. Are you standing up in the back? Okay. Is that everybody? Welcome. In Southern California, it is a tradition to read a portion of Chapter 5 from the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous. Tonight, I have asked Ninon to read it for us.
I'm an alcoholic. Chapter 5, How It Works. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. Those who do not recover are people who cannot or will not completely give themselves to this simple program. Usually men and women who are constitutionally incapable of being honest with themselves. There are such unfortunates. They are not at fault. They seem to have been born that way. They are naturally incapable of grasping and developing a manner of living which demands rigorous honesty. Their chances are less than average. There are those, too, who suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but many of them do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. Our stories disclose in a general way what we used to be like, what happened, and what we are like now. If you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. At some of these we balked. We thought we could find an easier, softer way, but we could not. With all the earnestness at our command, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Some of us have tried to hold on to our old ideas, and the result was nil until we let go absolutely. Remember that we deal with alcohol, cunning, baffling, powerful. Without help, it is too much for us. But there is one who has all power. That one is God. May you find him now. Half measures availed us nothing. We stood at the turning point. We asked his protection and care with complete abandon. Here are the steps we took, which are suggested as a program of recovery. 1, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, we're entirely ready to have God remove all these defects of character. 7, humbly asked him to remove our shortcomings. 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. 9, made direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. 10, continued to take personal inventory, and when we were wrong, promptly admitted it. 11, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. 12, having had a spiritual awakening as the result of these steps, we tried to carry this message to alcoholics and to practice these principles in all our affairs. Many of us exclaimed, "What an order, I can't go through with it." Do not be discouraged. No one among us has been able to maintain anything like perfect adherence to these principles. We are not saints. The point is that we are willing to grow along spiritual lines. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Our description of the alcoholic, the chapter to the agnostic, and our personal adventures before and after make clear 3 pertinent ideas. A, that we were alcoholic and could not manage our own lives. B, that probably no human power could have relieved our alcoholism. And C, that God could and would if he were sought.
We will now have the 7th tradition. Please stay seated, and while the basket is being passed, please make your donations quickly. Custom in Southern California to present a birthday cake for every 365 days of continuous sobriety. Tonight we have 5 birthdays. Due to the number of birthdays, will all the birthday people and their presenters come forward and please stand behind the podium on the stage. We would like to ask that those on the stage giving and receiving cakes be quiet while people are taking their cakes. If you are taking a cake, please keep your comments to 1 minute. A bell will be rung to remind you that your time is up. After taking your cake, we ask that you and your guests please quietly take your seats. Finally, it is a group conscience at this meeting to contribute $1 for each year of sobriety into the birthday can. Okay. I'm not going to start singing happy birthday. Someone, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Angel. 1 year, you have it on the list? And Babette and I are giving it to her.
Another 1.
One more 1, yeah. Angel.
And Nadine and Babette.
Babette, yeah, I don't know if there's anybody else.
Okay, our first birthday tonight is Shannon for 1 year, and Anthony will give him his cake.
Shannon, addict alcoholic. I had about 5.5 years, and I went out, and I went out on medication, and it was tough. I kept going to meetings, and I don't know what I was doing, but the thing is, I came back, And while I was going to meetings before, I made a lot of friends, so it was kind of hard for me to, use and hang out with them. So ultimately, they gave me a intervention, and I just want to talk about that just for a second. That for me, making friends in the programs, basically just saved my ass. It's all about that. Anthony's been helping me out this year, and it's a great thing. It's just about opening up, trusting somebody else, and doing these steps. And I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you.
And Jennifer, thanks.
Okay, our next birthday is for Andrew for 1 year, and Liz, Michael, Peter, and Tracy will give him his cake.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm an alcoholic. Andrew. Oh, boy. I've known all these people actually on the outside. It's a miracle I'm here. I've been fighting this thing for 28 years. I've, ridiculed AA, and last year I surrendered and got honest with myself for the first time in my life. Tracy showed me how to be graceful and have some humility in this program. Peter showed me that if he can do it, anybody can do it. Michael was the first person I called when I wanted to go in for treatment, and he's kind of been my white knight. And Liz, I've known most of my life, and has forgiven me for all of my sins and showed me that when you walk in these rooms, people really love you and open up their arms. And I love the spiritual side of this program. I love the work we do here. I went to meetings every day. I did the 90 and 90. I built a foundation. And my life is 100 times better. Thank you very much.
Okay, our next birthday, Angel for 1 year, and Nadine, Babette, and Jennifer will give her her cake.
Hi, I'm Angel. I'm an alcoholic. Thank you so much to this program for changing my life in such really miraculous, transformational ways. There have been so many changes this year. I moved. I got to try. Things happened for me really fast. It was like everything went into fast forward, and I was moving and got a new job and traveled a lot. And I found a way to get centered through this program, and it was really actually simple. And anytime things got complicated, it was because I was thinking about myself too much. And I want to thank Nadine and Babette and Jennifer for being so great, and really for making this program fun. And I want to thank Carrie White, who first said that to me at her 20th birthday party, and she was my first grant sponsor, and she was like, "Hurry up and get better so we can start having fun." And it was really right on advice. So everything did get a lot better very quickly. I mean, I'm still working the steps, and thank you.
Okay, next birthday, Katie for 2 years, and Spencer, Nick, and Andrew will give her her cake.
My name's Katie. I'm an alcoholic. Thank you guys, wherever you went, for giving me my cake. And, I just have a lot of gratitude for this program. And for the last 2 years, my life has gotten a lot better. And that's because I just took direction from other people. And I worked the steps, and I got a sponsor, and I found a higher power. And if you're new and you want your life to get better, then just, listen to the people in these rooms. Thank you.
Now we have Allison for 14 years, and Dee and Johnny will give her her cake.
Hello, I'm Allison. I'm an alcoholic. Hi. And I was thinking about all the wonderful things in my life now, and like Johnny, whatever. Okay, Johnny Johnny is like one of those friends. We know each other's deepest, darkest secrets, and we're still friends anyway, you know? And he's showed me that people don't leave me, because I always thought people would leave me. And Dee helps me so much by letting me help her. And she's so, like, she just wants to. I love people that really want to hold on to the program because they realize what a gift it is. And she's one of those people. And I'm really grateful you're in my life, too. And anyway, so I've been thinking about the promises, like all the things that have happened for me, and like the 10-step promises that will recoil from liquor, like if it were a hot flame, and that's absolutely come true for me, and I can look people in the eye now, and I don't have a car and a husband and all that stuff, which are all wonderful things that have happened for people, but the promises, and those are wonderful things that come from working the steps, but all the promises, you know, I was told if I follow the directions and meet the conditions in the big book, then all the promises that are in the big book will come true for me, and they have, so thanks.
Okay, and our last birthday tonight is Gary for 20 years, and Colin and Jennifer will give him the cake.
I'm Gary, I'm an alcoholic. Putting 5 in there only, because that's all I have. You know, I hate taking cakes, but you know, I gotta let the young people in the rooms know that you can get sober and get time. You know, thanks, Colin. You know, I've known Colin for probably 15 years. I 12-stepped him. He gave me a black eye. You know, Jen, I've known you for probably 11 years, and it just warmed my heart to see you when I came in here. And Shannon, who took cake for 1 year, wherever you are, it's great to see you here too. I usually go to just men's stag meetings, so when cakes come around, I try to like show my face. And you know, I'm going through a very difficult time right now. I would love to say that life is happy, joyous, and free right now, but life is life. And the thing that I'm reminded of is that it's not as bad as it would be if I didn't have a program. And you know, it's just, you know, that layer of the onion is that next layer is being peeled, and God damn, I just want to get to the fucking core, you know what I mean? But I'm not there, but I'm here, and I got 20 years, and I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to all the birthday people. Before I share, I want to remind everyone that following my share, there is a 10-minute break. The break is only 10 minutes, and we ask that you return to the meeting promptly, or your seats will be made available to those who are. Okay, I'll use this work. 8:30. Hi, my name is Laura, and I'm an alcoholic. And there are a lot of people in this room that know me, because this is my home group. I came to this meeting when I was 12 days sober for the first time, and I've come just about every Friday since then for 17 years and a couple of weeks. And I love this meeting, and I love Alcoholics Anonymous. You know, I'm just going to skip right into this. I did a lot of drugs. My favorite thing was cocaine. I was the kind of cocaine addict that came to a birthday party at your house and spent the evening in the closet. You know, and I actually did that to my best friend's husband. I was supposed to bring the birthday cake. I kept, no, I'll get the cake, don't worry. And on the way, I happened to go with my coke dealer, so, you know, I had to get there first, obviously. And on the way over to the party, I said, we got to stop off. And I ended up getting him an Entenmann's, you know, something. But, you know, and then I was in the closet with their cat. They kept knocking on the door. Would you just let the cat out? The cat had a great time. You know, and I came here, and I was just a broken person. You know, my spirit was broken. That's what was broken. And I can remember maybe 2, maybe 3 years before I finally got sober, that standing in my bedroom one day and saying to myself, I guess I'm one of those people that's just meant to have a miserable life, you know, to just always have problems and be unhappy. And the saddest thing about that is that was okay with me. You know, I mean, I grew up in an upper middle class Jewish home in New York. I was loved. I had all the opportunities in the world. I went to one of the best private schools in New York, went to college, flunked out of 3 of them. You know, but I mean, it was all there, only I could not understand that I could do this, you know? And the ism of my disease was with me from birth, I guess, and I really do believe that we are born with this, you know, and I could sit here and tell you, you know, my mother got cancer when I was 14, and then she died when I was 22, and my father died and I did this happen, and I was born with this thing and had to learn how to talk all over. I can give you all the reasons in the world, and not one of them is why I drank and did drugs. The reason I drank and I did drugs to the point of being an alcoholic is because once I start, I cannot stop. And as it fucks my life up and everything falls apart around me, I still can't stop. It's the only solution I had for all the problems that it was causing. It's that vicious cycle. And finally, that last night, I don't know why it was that night. The others, you know, if you've heard me speak, you've heard me talk about the Martians leaving the messages on my answering machine. It got my attention, you know, and I've been sober since the next day, and that was the thing is, there were no messages on my answering machine the next day. That's what, you know, but I paid it, maybe that's what got my attention. So I came here, and I used to sit in meetings, and I would listen to speakers, you know, talk about all the wonderful miracles that happened. Don't leave before the miracle, you know, and I used to sit there and think, wow, that's really nice, but it's not going to be like that for me. It's not going to be like that for me. And I'm going to tell you a little story about what's happened in 17 years. This past Christmas, I was up at my sister's. That's where we usually have Christmas. And it was not a happy Christmas for our family this year because my ex-brother-in-law, who's the father of my niece and my nephew, was in ICU dying. And it wasn't one of those things where he might get better. We knew it was over, and it was just what day. And I had a minute where I thought, I'm not going to go. And then I thought, yeah, you got to go, because I was the one in my family that everyone, you know, oh God, what are we going to do about Laura? You know, how's she going to survive? And I said, I can go up there and I'm going to make a nice Christmas holiday and I'm going to help and be of service like I learned to in Alcoholics Anonymous. So, you know, I went up there and I decorated the tree and I did all the shopping and I bought the food and I drove people back and forth to the hospital and I cooked all the meals and made all the plans, and we had a really nice Christmas. Christmas Eve and Christmas, we celebrated Christmas, and I could see, especially for the kids who were 21 and 24, it meant a lot to them to see that life can go on in the midst of this. You know, my sister and I had lost both our parents young and did that for them. And Christmas night, after everything had kind of stopped, my sister and I were just sitting around talking, and she was, you know, being very emotional and talking, and she looked at me and she said, I envy you. And I'm thinking, what? And she said, because you are so comfortable inside of yourself with who you are and the way you've chosen to live your life. And I realized at that moment that I had gotten what I had come to AA for. You know, that comfort within myself, that empty hole was filled. And it doesn't mean everything in my life is not perfect. It is not, you know, my life goes up and it goes down, and it goes up and it goes down. And guess what? You know, so does everybody's. And but here I've learned to be comfortable even with all that, you know, and that's the blessing. And I've gotten that from working the steps and listening to the people here. You know, I came here and I cried for 2.5 years. And people listened to me, even with all the crap. I mean, people like Carrie remember, you know, Laura remembers, Linda remembers. And nobody ever said, oh, God, get her out of here. You know, they just let me do what I had to do here. And if you are new, and even if you're not new, you know, if it's, this is the best thing in the world for us. And I want to thank Carrie for asking me to lead tonight, and let's have a break.
I'm Andy, alcoholic. The 12 traditions. Number 1, our common welfare should come first. Personal recovery depends upon AA unity. 2, for our group purpose there is but one ultimate authority, a loving God as he may express himself in our group conscience. Our leaders are but trusted servants. They do not govern. 3, the only requirement for AA membership is a desire to stop drinking. 4, each group should be autonomous except in matters affecting other groups and AA as a whole. 5, each group has but one primary purpose, to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. 6, an AA group ought never endorse, finance, or lend the AA name to any related facility or outside enterprise, lest problems of money, property, and prestige divert us from our primary purpose. 7, every AA group ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. 8, Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. 9, AA as such ought never be organized, but we may create service boards or committees directly responsible to those they serve. 10, Alcoholics Anonymous has no opinion on outside issues. Hence, the AA name ought never be drawn into public controversy. 11, our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and film. Number 12, anonymity is the spiritual foundation of all our traditions, ever reminding us to place principles before personality.
All right. I would like to thank Ninon for reading Chapter 5 and Andy for reading the 12 traditions. Are there any secretary's announcements?
Good evening. My name's Jerry. I'm an alcoholic. I want to thank you once again for coming to the new Friday night rodeo meeting at Hillgard of Alcoholics Anonymous. The doors open at 7 p.m. Everyone is asked to save only 2 seats maximum, please. At 8 p.m. after the meeting starts, seats not taken will be released. We wish to welcome once again the out-of-towners. Let's hear it for the people that came from out of town. Welcome to Los Angeles. Newcomers, can we see your hands again? We're delighted that you're here. Please make this a regular meeting. Welcome. Congratulations to everyone that celebrated a birthday tonight. Let's hear it for our birthday people. We now have an announcement from our lovely literature lady, Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura. You're a literature lady.
Hi, Laura.
We have everything that your little AA heart desires in the form of literature or pamphlets. We have big books, we have meeting directories, 12 and 12, daily substance, as Bill sees it. Come on down, see me for all your needs. Also, there's a custom at this meeting to give away a big book with all your literature needs. It's also custom at this meeting to give away a big book to a newcomer who may not yet have one. These are delightful books if you do not have one. Come on down. Anyone?
Free big book. It's a beautiful thing. All right. Congratulations. Oh, we have another one. Beauty. Would anyone else like to come up and hug Laura and get a free book? Okay, no problem. Congratulations on those free big books. Do we have a female sponsorship announcement from Carrie? Thank you very much, Carrie. Beauty. Now we have our male sponsorship, Rustin.
Hi, I'm Rustin, I'm an alcoholic.
Hey, Rustin.
So it's important to have a sponsor like Carrie said, that sponsor works 12 steps with you and shares their experience, strength, and hope of how they've stayed sober. So for all the men who are willing to sponsor, please stand up. So if you don't have a sponsor, see one of these men or see me, and we'll talk to you about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Rugged Rustum, for your AA sponsorship announcement. Our court card announcement from Brandon. Is Brandon here? Oh, excuse me. Hi, our show. Thanks, Arsho. All right. Now we have our inside cleanup person, Chi-Town Bradley.
Bradley, alcoholic.
Hey, Bradley.
Can I have everybody please take the blue chairs, stack them, slide them that way. Same with the blue chairs on that side, slide them that way. Also the folding chairs. Can you please take the folding chairs and move them against the wall neatly if you could please. Also, I'm a little low on people tonight for cleanup. Can I get like 6 people to help me clean up this thing? 1, 2, 3. Got you, Trey. Back there. 4, 5, 6. 6. Beautiful. Meet me in the back. I will give you something to do. Also, when you are done, thank you, speaker. Kindly, please exit ASAP. Thank you.
All right, Chicago Bradley. Let's hear it for Chi-Town Bradley. Now, Jeremy will make the outside cleanup this announcement this evening. Jeremy?
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm Jeremy, and I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Jeremy.
You may have noticed that we have several extra butt cans outside. So, if you do smoke like I do, please put your butts in the butt cans provided. And if you do not put your butts in the butt cans provided, I will find several large, unnaturally aggressive women to put your butts in the butt cans.
All alpha females, please report to Jeremy after the meeting. Thank you. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. I really want to give a terrific thank you to Laura, our leader and first speaker. She did a wonderful job. Former Secretary Laura. And a special thanks to Rich. What a delight to have you here tonight, man. What an upper. Yeah. Thank you so much. It takes a lot of people to put this meeting on, and I would like to ask everyone who has a commitment at this meeting to please stand. Let's give a roaring round of applause for this fabulous group of people. Yay! It's a marvelous team that we have here, and we hope that you all enjoyed the meeting tonight. We also have an announcement from Carla, who tapes the meeting every week, or Jeff. Let's hear it for Carla and Jeff. They do a fabulous job.
I'm an alcoholic.
Hi, Jeff.
They're still recording meetings, as you can tell, and if you're interested in a CD or tape, please see us after the meeting. Thank you for letting us be of service.
We'd like to also give a special thanks to the Liberty House group here that's here tonight, the newcomers, all the newcomers. You know, we beg of you to be fearless and thorough from the very start. Jump in with both feet. Make this your #1 priority in life, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. Welcome. Let's turn it back over to Laura. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Okay. And now, after a moment of silent meditation, remembering those alcoholics in and out of these rooms who still suffer, I would like to ask Linda A. to lead us in the Lord's Prayer.
Father, who art
Sorry to interrupt your viewing. Taper Dave here. Just wanted to take a second to ask you to like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know if you like what you're listening. I've got some very good talks here, and this one's a great one. Just curious, do you think this is better than Zoom? Tell me what you think. Okay, this is how I prepare my drone for launching. I like to do it inside the cab of my truck so I'm not standing outside in the weather. To install the joysticks for control, up and down, right and left, powered on. I have an Android phone that I use to connect it to the drone with. And it's actually controlled through the iPhone, through an app. Oops, wrong way. It's actually controlled through the iPhone, or through this Android phone, through the app. It's actually controlled through the Android phone, through an app, and you connect it through this short connection right here.
Remote control connected.
Remote control's connected. So I pull out the drone. I have to extend the legs. Long legs extended first, then the short legs. Remove the gimbal protector. Set that aside, then power it on one short burst, then one long burst. I lay it down. So I have to go to calibrate. So the drone's not connected yet. It shows you here as this drone gets disconnected, even though the remote's powered on. So the drone has to establish it's connected. So I go into the app to calibration mode. First I'll calibrate the remote controller. Start calibration. Out, in, out, in, up, down, and then this little wheel is to control the gimbal. So it's calibrated. Go to gimbal calibration, start calibration, and then it calibrates the gimbal. If that shows up, the gimbal's moving all over the place. Changes, you can see it on the video. And I'm calibrated to take off. It's acquired 7 satellites at the moment. There are 26 satellites up in the sky, which it has to acquire before you can take off. So it's connected. It's got enough satellites. This is white. I can go to press this little arrow button, swipe right to take off, and it would start the motors if I slid this to the right, but I'll wait till I get outside. Don't want to do it inside.